Greetings everyone, this is Tony Hollowitz and I want to thank you for being here for this tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about Link2Quotes and entering products that you can use for creating your quotes. So once you visit this page, what you're going to do is go up and click on Link2Quotes. Now, one of the things I just want to mention again is this software is very fluid. It's evolving. It's changing. So what I'm describing here, where you click, if in 3 months it changes slightly, don't be alarmed by that. They're constantly adding things to this product, so things can change. But I think a great place to start when thinking about this product and how to use it is by seeing how products are entered, because I think once you can see that and you can tie some of that together with what your needs are or how you might use this software, all of a sudden it becomes a little more real. You can see or perceive how you could use this for yourself or your company, either as an individual or teams if you have a sales staff. So again, I'm going to come inside Linkivity. After logging in, I'm going to click on the quotes option under Link2Quotes. And when I get inside here, we're going to see my dashboard and some of the quotes that I've created. And at this point, I'm going to go up and click on products. When I do that, you'll see I have some products here. I have 3 products: chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla ice cream. To add a new product, I'm going to come over here to the left and click on new. I do want you to recognize that there's an import option, which I'll talk about in another video. But if you have product list already set up, the potential exists that you can import them. So for example, you can get to match what you write in these quotes to what you might have in your accounting software or maybe on your website or in other spots. And I think it creates some continuity between the different areas of your business. Having said that, I'm going to come over and click on new. And I just want to talk to you about this a little bit. So one of the first questions is, what kind of product is it? Well, I'm just going to suggest to you that you leave it as regular product. Then under the name, you can type in a name for the product. You can add a category. Now, going back to my ice cream example, I had a category set up called ice cream. Here in this box, we can put in a description. Here, we can put in a product image URL. And sometimes this can be a little confusing to people because of the way this can work. So what I want to describe to you is when you have a product image URL, you might not be aware of this fact. So I want to illustrate something to you. I'm going to show you Google's homepage. Okay, so Google's homepage right here has their logo. Now, it asked you for an image URL. And if you didn't know this, images on the web, such as their logo have a distinct URL. To find out what that is, you can come up, you can right-click on the image. Again, click with your right mouse button on the image. Notice right here there's an option called Copy Image Link. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to go back to the page we were on, and I'm going to take this link and I'm going to paste it right here. So now, if I wanted to, this product image would be Google's logo. Now, obviously, I'm not going to do that, but that's how you can add that information in. As far as the product link, if you have a web page, for example, my webpage could be something like tonytheteacher.com/ice cream, or it could be chocolate ice cream or vanilla ice cream. So if you have a product link that they can click on to go get more information, you can do that as well. You can create an item number. You can talk about the cost, the price, if there's any discount. This option down below I really like. It's called Mark This Item as Optional. So what this does is by putting a checkbox in it, people, once they get your quote, can check or uncheck a certain option. So say I send out a quote for 3 types of ice cream: chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. And all of them by default could be checked. Well, let's say I don't want strawberry ice cream. Well, I can uncheck it. And that's really a great thing to do. What I'm going to also point out to you is Keystroke, the makers of this tool, they are based in Toronto. And they have a lot of customers in Canada that are French speaking. I have not played with this yet. I'll come back to this another time. But if you want to add a translation to make the product or some of the information different in a different language, this is where you can do that. I'm going to go back to the General tab. I'm going to go up off the screen for just a minute and open my different products. To see what the description looks like, I'm going to come here and click on Edit Product, because you can edit it in the future. When I click on the General tab, you'll see my layout and how I've put my product for this example inside for my chocolate ice cream. So I've got the name, I've got the category, I've got the description. And one thing I want to note about the description is this. I had created a web page for chocolate ice cream specifically for these tutorials. And what I did is after I went and created that, I took the text right from the web page. Now, another thing you might not be aware of is that when you copy stuff from web pages, what you're really copying sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, is the underlying code and the information that goes with it. So I took it right from the web page. I pasted it here so I'd have consistency, but sometimes you might want to strip out the text first so it's simpler text. So now we have the product image URL, which is on my web page. We have the link to my web page. I put in an item number, a cost, and a price. And this is an optional item. So this is the way I've broken it down for me. And again, I think when you start working with this, you have some thinking you have to do about, is my message the same between my accounting software, the quoting software, and my web page? Is there a consistency there? So it can open up a little bit of a can of worms for you because you got to think about this stuff. But on the flip side, I think it's good to have that consistency, and it might force you to focus a little bit on some of this as sort of a marketing program where you're really thinking about what are some of the other things that are going to come into play. So this software can do a lot of good things, but it takes a little thought, it takes a little bit of setup, and I think you should be aware of that because it's not something you're going to do overnight. Having stated that, I think it can be a great tool. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tony Hollowitz. Thank you so very much for listening to this tutorial. If you have questions, as always, please reach out to me. Thank you very much. Be well.